for how bad it can get. When he was an alcoholic, it got to the point that he was drinking mouthwash.
Yeah, correct.
And in fact, that's how his wife finally realized that the family had to do something, because she saw bottles and bottles of mouthwash, because he had to get drunk somehow. And if you know, an ordinary family may not know this, and it takes professionals to sort of put the conditions in place that will eliminate all of these potential ways to undermine a person's recovery. But before we get too depressed, there's also the option of what you can do to not get into this whole situation in the first place.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that you wanted to talk about. The whole idea of education,
Yes.
of first of all, getting into the right framework so you don't have to be fixing a problem, but prevent the problem from happening in the first place.
That's why we have talk outs. We go to schools, like this March, we go to Mapua. Last time we went to Grasal Green Hills. You know, it's good to, there are some schools who have very open mind, and they invite us. You know, we don't actually talk about drugs itself, but we talk about life in general. You know, that is it's okay to be, you know, stressed, but what are you doing to survive that stress? That's more important. And that's where Lito comes in. Me also, as a person, I had my own crisis also, you know, but you know, you end up doing well in spite of the crisis. That's what we emphasize when we go on talk outs.
Now,
also.
if you want to learn more, you can ask for a CD.
Yeah?
Yes, we have an educational CD produced by Dr. Minguita Padilla. She's our President and Chief Executive Officer. And then it's a 20-minute video, which we do show prior to our talks. It's a compressed educational CD regarding drug addiction and ways and means how to get into the DARE program.
And we'll be putting the address of DARE and the numbers you can call on our website so that you can get in touch with them. Now, let me close with a reminder that we should be careful about brushing aside what some call technicalities in the law. When anyone's life, liberty, or property are at stake, technicalities are everything. This is because, aside from the harsh and disturbing realities of the drug menace, how it destroys lives and corrodes and corrupts our institutions, there is another reality we have to confront, and that is the prevalence of official extortion and the flip side of the impunity the wealthy and well-connected exhibit when it comes to the justice system. Now, the non-wealthy and non-connected too, if targeted unfairly by the authorities, unlike the wealthy and well-connected, are completely at the mercy of officialdom. This is why the rule of law exists and why you must understand the law and know your rights so that you can secure its protection and its advantages. But all of this points to the problem that the best way to tar and feather anyone is to bring up the D word, the drugs word. And another insight into the uphill struggle for those insisting on a scrupulous regard for rules of evidence and so forth is the obvious skepticism with which government's lawyers' actions are often met. But again, let's end on an optimistic note. Help is out there if you want it. Information is out there if you want it. The first step requires your stepping forward and asking for it. So thank you, Lito and Claire Gruet and Kenneth Gang. Thanks for being with us. I hope to have you back. And the students from Kester Grant College, thank you for your question and your attendance. I'm Manolo Quezon, and this has been The Explainer.